Alrighty, good evening, Justin. What's happening, man? How we doing?
What's going on, Ryan?
Oh well, I was thinking about what we were going to talk about because the phrase, the Ravens are in trouble. The season they have the win against the Bears the following week. I feel like it's just all been beaten down now. It's rough. The Ravens are sitting here at 1-5. So I was like, what can we talk about that potentially nobody else is talking about? And you know what hit me? Maybe the small picture. Maybe we could just start with, the little things about the particular game from last week and what you see coming up just with this team and just try to stay, I don't know, I can't go to the whole big picture with the Ravens and everything that's happened because it's just too much. It's too exhausting. So I want to just focus on the Ravens in the context of the rest of the NFL is just not that good. So if we just kind of take a big picture look at it, 9 to 10 wins is going to get you there. We're 1-5. What did you think after the game last week? Because I didn't come away from the game being like, oh, the Ravens defense was much improved. Everybody that says that, I don't think really watched the game. Puka got hurt. The weather was terrible. And the Rams, didn't really need to score any points once they had 17. And that drive in the second half was really efficient. So I don't know. I didn't think the defense made big improvements. And it feels defeatist to say it, but it's like everything rides on Lamar. Except there's one thing that I'll give you the floor. The one thing that jumps out at me that I was like, man, if there's one bright spot from that game that they just can replicate over and over again, is we can run the ball between the tackles all the time until we get to the goal line. But Linderbaum and the two guards, they get killed for not being able to push Andrews and push Henry. And I get it. But man, they went right down the field. And when we have a little bit of balance, right, where you don't know exactly what the play call is. So I thought that was a good sign. Henry ran the ball harder. Even Justice Hill had some runs. So you tell me, what do you think? Because I basically, we're 2 minutes into this, and I don't think I fucking said anything. I was like, I don't know what to say. The Ravens have stressed me out the past couple of weeks in ways that it's hard for me to think that they could have stressed me out. So maybe you got some insight. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously overall the label you can put on is it's a shit show. It's no really other way to put it right now. If you would have said we would be 1-5, 6 games in August, I would have thought you were out of your fucking mind. Obviously, things have happened and injuries happened, but even before all that, we saw it unraveling a bit. Like the defense was nowhere as close to as good as we thought it would be, for whatever reason. They were crowning our secondary the best secondary in the league without even half the guys even playing down for us. Back to this game. I really think the main fundamental problem we have starts with the coaching. I've never seen more inept coaching in my life these past several weeks. Like just the goal line possession before the end of the first half. I don't. Yeah, for the life of me, I don't understand what kind of team runs a tush-push play with a tight end. And we're not a good team to do this. We're not the Eagles or anyone that can do it. But twice in a row with the middle offensive line that we have, and we didn't even spread out anybody. So they clearly knew what was going to happen, and we did it twice. It baffled my mind. It was literally the most frustrating thing I've ever seen.
But here's the thing, right? The argument is it's worked. Like the counter argument is it's worked in the past. It's worked in certain situations.
It hasn't worked at the goal line. We haven't done it there. It's worked on like fourth down at the 50.
Here's the problem. The main problem with it was the energy was so positive with Henry. So right. if you would have told me it was a different set of circumstances that got us all the way down there, sure. But like I was saying, in the beginning, the first half we're running the ball down the field. So he ran the ball for 3 yards on first down. The reason they did the goal line push, I was talking about it earlier on Monday. I don't know if you listened to Harbaugh's press conference. I
can't listen to that guy. I never do.
I force myself to listen to every word because it that way you really can at least understand what he's thinking. And they are out. So I'll tell you,
thing every time.
No, they decided though on Friday that that's the play they're running. They decided in August, they decided in June because the question was asked to them, no follow-up question, but they asked them, like, did you have any input on the play call? Like, was that your decision in real time? Did you get on the headset? Did you ask Todd? And he said the decision's already been made, earlier in the week. Like, those are decisions, meaning they've made the decision that regardless, and that's the part that I think is frustrating as a fan, because if you're telling me on Friday you've already decided that on goal line situations, if we need an inch, we're running the tush push with Mark Andrews, regardless of what's going on. It's like, yeah, if Lamar's on fire and Derrick Henry can't get going, sure. In that particular game, it was like, man, that was just perfect to give the ball to Henry to run up the middle. So then by the time they do it on fourth down, everybody knows that you can't do the same play 3 times in a row, especially when you put Henry back in. It's just it's a disaster. But I think the bigger problem with the whole coaching is that's not going to change. So I don't want to go to what they should do at the end of the year, because I think everybody's there on that. The in game, what can they do this week against the Bears? Because I watched the Bears Commanders game. Like, the Bears offense is going to move the ball up and down the field against us. I don't know how we're going to stop them, to be honest with you. Like, I watched the second half when the Rams are like, okay, we need to go down the field and get a touchdown. They went right down the field. Yeah, it was 4th and 2 when we decided to rush 2 guys.
Oh my God. I don't get me started on that one either.
Yeah, they covered for – it was like your typical thing where, like, they covered for 5, 6, 7, like you would anticipate.
The play calls are insane.
They are. I think it's got to a point especially with the Rams practicing at Oriole Park, and now it just is almost like trolling at this point. Like, something's happened to the Baltimore sports fan that you almost have to laugh. It's gotten to a point where you have to laugh. Like, I think I've gotten to that point. I think I've gotten a little. It's getting too old to like care this much, is what I thought like 7 years ago. I thought I got to that point. Like, after the Ravens won the Super Bowl, thought I was good. And then the Orioles have got me in a loop. And now here we are. Like you said, we're 1-5. The Bills don't look any good. So now this whole, hey, we were dominating the Bills.
And I've called that right, at least.
You did? You are.
I think I've said it. I think I pick against them every week, honestly. They're not a great team. I definitely pick the Falcons and the Patriots the past 2 weeks on this podcast.
There you go. Well, to wrap it up on my thought on the Ravens, like we still have a week and a half, but even if Lamar comes back, I just don't feel great, especially if the Bears win this week. They get the Saints at home, so that would give them, I think, 3 straight wins at this point, or maybe even 4. They'd be 4-2.
I don't think that matters. Dude, they shouldn't. They honestly shouldn't have even won either of these past 2 games.
The Bears shouldn't be watching. I mean, Washington kept fumbling the ball. Yeah, that wasn't great.
They had 3 turnovers. The Bears had none. The Bears played fine, but I don't think they.
Do you think we're gonna see? So, are you in the camp of forget the coaching, forget everything else? Lamar will come back. We'll go on a nice run. Everything will smooth out a little bit.
I'm not even going to go down that road to predict. But if Lamar comes back and he's healthy, we are 100% a completely different team.
Yeah.
Whether the coaches. Honestly, if the coaches just fucking stayed home and didn't do anything, I think we'd be better off.
You think Lamar?
Let me and you get on the field and be offensive defensive coordinator. But yeah, back to what I think you were saying about what was it?
Well, you're thinking, I don't even know if Lamar's going to play. Like, I'm not sure what the vibe is. I think it's strange. I know you don't listen to Harbaugh, but I think it's strange that he comes out. The way he talks about injuries is almost like he's like one of those dads. I've been around them where it's like, oh God, you're like making your son play or yelling at him. It's like, oh well, if Pat Ricard would just toughen up, he'd be out there. As well, Lamar will definitely be out there. And meanwhile, we never really hear from the injured players. The Madubuike thing seemed like it was stressing Harbaugh out, as if Madubuike did something wrong. It's just weird. It is strange, but I'm not convinced.
He's always done that with injuries.
I just don't know if Lamar actually comes back and plays. I'd like to hear him say he's going to play before we keep penciling him in.
Well, so yeah, clearly I told you I don't listen to Harbaugh, but I got an alert saying like he's expected back week 7. What did Harbaugh say exactly? Yeah,
that's according to Harbaugh. He should be back. And then he couches it with some weird gospel things about the future, and who fucking knows what he's talking about. All right. You know what? We've got nothing accomplished. We spent 10 minutes doing nothing, just like everybody else. I've listened to everybody. I've really tortured myself over the past couple of weeks listening to more people than I usually listen to when it comes to the Ravens to be like, is anybody going to tell me something that I'm missing? Like maybe there's something because it just feels like we're all in the same boat. Very rarely do all fans basically agree where it's like, hey, we kind of love our team. If we could just get rid of the coaches here and put a new look on the actual players that we have, because it can't be this bad. Like it can't, it just really can't be this bad. Oh Lord, what are we gonna do? All right, so let's spin it. Let's go forward. It feels like whatever 2006, 7, 8, as the Colts and the Patriots are leading the AFC and the Chargers are at the top of the AFC. It's just all strange. So I want to get your thoughts. Kind of want to go through a few of the teams, then we'll get to your picks. But
yeah,
what are just a couple questions if you had to predict? You said you've been going against the Bills, all season long. We're now at a point where the Dolphins and Jets have been eliminated, and the Bills and the Patriots are sitting there at 4-2. Put on your crystal ball here. Who wins the AFC East, and what do you think more of the Patriots?
I mean, the Patriots have impressed me. I wasn't that high on them going into the year, but from what I've seen so far, Drake May, he's been very solid, and Vrabel seems like the kind of coach that can get the best out of their players. That's what I want us to do in our next coach next year, but that's beside the point. I mean, I think the Bills might ultimately end up winning that division, just in a close race. But again, I don't think they're anything special. I think they'll end up at like 10 or 11 wins. Just that they have a really easy schedule. I knew against the Falcons was a bad matchup for them. Their run defense is terrible, and that's what Atlanta likes to do. And clearly, they went for 250 yards rushing.
Yeah, it's
what we did, but Atlanta was able.
What are the Falcons doing? You can't bet on the Falcons. Like, what are they doing at the end of the game? The Falcons are insane. They are the Raheem. There are certain teams where I don't care what the Falcons do. I'll never bet on the Falcons. They do the craziest things. But all right, so
I like Atlanta's roster. Penix,
all right, we'll go to
young. He has some growing up to do. But yeah, I don't know if I trust that coach either.
Exactly. All right. Well, basically, you got nothing for me on the AFC East thing. So Patriots might win, Bills might win. What about the AFC
Bills? I would lean the Bills.
Are you penciling in the Colts here to win the division? Because I still have the Texans winning that division.
No, I'm not penciling the Colts.
You got the Texans, or you can't go with the Jaguars. They can't. Fuck the Jaguars.
I mean,
if you're not going,
got a lot of gain to ground, but the Texans don't impress me either. I think whoever wins. Like a lot of these, it's just by default. We talked about it. There's really not any great teams. I would say I wouldn't consider any of these teams great.
What's the read on the Broncos and Chargers? Either of them win the division, or are the Chiefs going to win?
The Chiefs probably will, because the Broncos and Chargers especially are just going to choke probably somehow down the line. Their offensive line's in big trouble. They could have easily lost to Miami. They're an okay team. I don't believe in Denver's offense.
Would you sell Baker and Tampa Bay stock, or would you buy more of it?
I would sell it. Not that I don't think I think they're a solid team, but I'll get to it in my picks. I'm going to go against them this week because they can't keep winning close games like this. And Ibuka, I believe last I saw, might not play.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
Even though Mike Evans might be back, but Ibuka's he's been awesome. So I think that'd be a big miss for them. But
who do you think wins the NFC West?
The West, I lean the Rams. I just think still can't believe the 49ers beat them, but those things happen.
Why didn't we kick it? I'm sorry, I'm just all over the place right now. It's late, and I'm deep breath. Why didn't we kick a field goal when we're up 3-0? Am I overreacting? To me, that's where we lost the game. We're up 3-0, and inexplicably. So it's 3-0. We throw an interception, and then on the very next play, it's like the football gods are like, dude, Ravens, we got your back. John Jenkins makes a play.
Yeah, the defense made one big play in the whole year.
Right. And then we get basically it's the 3 and out. It's now 4th and 3. It would have been a 51, 52-yarder. You just kick the field goal. Like go up 6-0. Like what? How hard is that?
Yeah, well, and then I mean,
Meanwhile, the play call is 25 yards down the field with an uncontested throw. But regardless, how do we get 3 yards with that? Means Cooper Rush has to drop back and throw the ball. And what are the chances of that
Right.
happening?
Yeah.
Plus, combined with us then getting a touchdown. So even if we got 5 yards there and got a first down, I just felt like that was not Harbaugh didn't have a feel for the game. If you have Lamar,
Right.
100%.
Totally different story if you have Lamar.
Yeah, you're playing the Rams. You need as many points as possible. Sure, I get it.
Right.
But in that particular game, it was like, damn, our defense is off to a great start. John Jenkins just got a fumble. We literally went 3 and out. It's not like we're driving down the field. Like the first 3 plays, we got nothing. And he's like, all right, where were we? I
want to go back to that for a sec. It has to do with that. I think that series and just overall in general. I feel like whenever we have 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, we have been automatically taking out Henry and putting in Hill, and it doesn't make sense to me that Henry is not on the field in a lot of these plays. Like at the very least, he needs to be on the field to be a threat.
Why can't they both? We have 0 plays where they're both on the field. Apparently.
Yeah, we're not creating any. We're not doing anything creative on offense to like mess with the defense's minds. Like,
I would like.
Markin was the guy I trusted in the most, and now I'm like losing my faith in him too. Like,
I just figured out who I want to be our head coach. Whoever wins the Madden championship playing as the Ravens. Like I want some 14-year-old kid who knows how to run the best plays because we have the best play. If you put Mitchell and Henry / or Hill / Keaton Mitchell with Henry and Flowers and we're all running around, but it just feels like we're dry. His design in the passing game is good, meaning like when just like drop back passing feels like Monken draws up good plays, but yeah, it's lacking creativity. But in an effort here to actually do something helpful for people, since you're on a roll, 3 weeks in a row, positive wins.
Yeah.
Why don't you serve up 5 games and then we'll get out of here and watch Joe Flacco play for the Bengals, which in itself is ridiculous. Like nothing makes any sense anymore. Nothing makes any sense. So
yeah, it's all just craziness. But all right.
Meanwhile, Bengals are all right. Let's not talk about it because everybody will listen in the morning and I'll jinx it. So
right, I'm definitely gonna get to it after this. But lately, the past couple of weeks have been good. I'm just kind of plucking out a few and don't necessarily always have a good reason, but I just have gut feelings sometimes. So
go for it.
I'm gonna start with my only 1 o'clock game. Actually, I think is I'm gonna go with the Vikings home against the Eagles. I've seen anywhere from Vikings +1.5 to +2.5. In addition to the Bills, the Eagles are a team that I have not liked all year, and they're starting to show it. Just like the Bills, who were 4-0, and now they lost the last 2. The Eagles are not the same team. They cannot run the ball. I think they've gotten outgained in every single game they played. They got lucky to beat the Rams. They're just not clicking right now. And Vikings coming off a bye. I'm going to buy into that, and I think the Vikings take the small upset at home.
You're taking Carson Wentz. Is he still a quarterback, or is McCarthy back?
I don't care, actually, who it is, because I don't think McCarthy's that much of an upgrade, even if it's Wentz. So it's more big against the Eagles. And then I'm going with the Giants +7.5. I mentioned it briefly before. The Broncos don't impress me offensively at all. Bo Nix has been okay, but I don't think he's there yet. I know it's kind of a buy high for what the Giants just came off of with Dart and Scadaboo's big game against the Eagles. But I think getting 7.5 is plenty good here.
I love the Giants
against the Broncos.
I'm always betting against the Broncos. Go for it.
I don't like them that much. They have a good defense, obviously, but you need to be able to move the ball in this NFL. So I'm taking the Giants. And then gonna pick against the Colts, even though I kind of put something on the Chargers before, saying they'll probably choke at some point and choke the division away. The Colts, they got to come back down to earth. They could have easily lost to Arizona and Jacoby Brissett last week. They're a good, decent team, but they're not the best team in football, which like their record says. So taking the Chargers.
I would imagine most people are taking the Chargers this week.
Yeah, probably.
Chargers -1.5. At
Yep.
home, Colts got to go on the road. That's gonna be
Yeah.
a good game. I can't wait for that game. All right, so you got
Yeah, I'll
Chargers.
caveat with that and do my usual. Give me Chargers money line. It's probably -120 or -125 instead of -1.5, just not to mess with it.
Hey, there's never a point in gambling in football gambling, like in basketball, football,
Basketball.
baseball. If
Yeah.
you do -1.5 and big, God, please beg people not to do -1.5 with the Dodgers. I know they win every game.
Oh, baseball's baseball's
Don't
way
do
better.
it. And definitely don't do it in the NFL. You're gonna win by a point. It happens way too many
Yeah, it
times.
happens all the time. It's way more common these days, like teams winning by 1 or 2.
You're going for 2.
Usually,
Yeah,
you think if it's a close game, they're automatically win by 3. No, it's a lot of times with that missed extra points and going for 2, all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. It's different now. So yeah, roll with the money line. Don't even mess with the spread.
All right, what's your fourth game?
Fourth is I mentioned I do like Atlanta. I think somewhere down the line, I don't know this year, but maybe next year when they get a new coach or if Penix really becomes what they need him to be, I think they have a lot of solid pieces. But having said that, I think there's a good spot for the Niners to win this game. Falcon coming off that big Monday night win. 49ers, they're getting Kittle back. I know they lost Warner. It's crazy how they have so many injuries every single year. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. If they didn't, they'd be a surefire playoff team or beyond every year with Shanahan and that coach. But I think this is a spot where the 49ers bounce back and win that game.
Oh, so I'm sorry. So you got the 49ers. Got
Yep.
it.
Sorry, 49ers. And then last one, the spread is very high. I think a lot of people's perception would be what the spread seems weird. Like, why is it so high? Lions -5.5. I just think it's a good spot for them coming back home. I think their offense explodes a little bit, exposes Tampa Bay's pass defense, and they just Tampa tends to play close games, but maybe Detroit pulls away late and kind of rolls by a touchdown or 2. I just have a feeling Detroit wins that game, and so I'm going to take the little chance with the -5.5.
Interesting. It is an interesting spread. Lions -5.5 against
All
the
the respect
Bucs.
for Detroit, I do think they're a good team. Tampa's good too, but I just think at one point Tampa's going to end up losing and maybe losing big one of these days.
I can't bet that game this week because the Lions ruined my Sunday night. I went 3-2 and then lost every single game, every prop bet on the Lions. And it was just such a weird game. Like the Chiefs had 0 penalties. I don't buy into I don't know. Got too much. I just don't buy
it. It does suck. Branch will miss this game actually, unless I haven't seen the newest thing on that.
Can you believe that? Like, what are we doing after the game? Punched him right in the face, and then went like. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. Frankly, like, why are we shaking hands anyway? Whose idea is that?
Yeah, I mean, personally, yeah. If I lost a close game and I still had anger, I don't know. I could see that happening.
I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. So
yeah.
All right. It's time to go watch the second half. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And
yeah, at least we don't have to worry about the Ravens this week. Maybe the reset of the bye week will do something. I don't know. We need some magic fairy dust. Maybe Harbaugh gets locked in his car for a little while.
Just locked in his car. Yeah, that's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do think it's a great time for a bye week. That's the most positive thing about this week. It is a good time for a bye week.
Yeah, it's a good time where we need to hit the reset button somehow.
Hit the reset
something
button.
Right after the bye week. I don't know if we can roll it enough to make the playoffs, but 1 week at a time.
All right, cool. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. See you, Justin.
All right, see you, Ryan.